What's the deal? You already know Big Boss, K-Po through the door, here to talk this boxing. Y'all go check out my last video, man. It's popping like popcorn. I'm out of YouTube jail, so we back at it like a crack addict. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. I don't know why I use that analogy. Maybe because a lot of y'all bud buddies on crack. Let me not say that for y'all tell on me again, man, because all y'all be telling on me and stuff, man. I get to cooking, y'all start snitching and stuff. YouTube, look what Boss did. Boss called me a rainbow boy. Yo, next thing you know, man, I'm in YouTube jail. I did have a bud buddy tell me he gonna try to get my channel deleted. So I think that's what they trying to do. You know, I'm not gonna feed into the nonsense no more. You're just gonna get blocked. You know, you can't keep it professional. I don't got time. You know, I blocked a lot of people. Heck, a lot of y'all be commenting. I read your comment. If it's good, I'll respond back to it. If it's trash and you talking reckless, I'm just gonna block you and that's it. You know what I mean? I don't got time no more, bro. You know, it's just like whatever. You know. Shakur Stevenson with this fight against Lomachenko, if he gets it, if he secures it, it's rumored that you know, they're gonna fight, or you know, I think it's more Shakur winning that fight more than you know, the rumor of them fighting. I don't know if Lomachenko agreed to it, or I don't know. You know, I think it's just rumored, you know, that they're gonna fight. But would this fight help Shakur Stevenson get the bigger fights if he dominates Lomachenko? Now, those of you who don't know, Lomachenko fought Devin Haney for the undisputed title, and you can make the argument that Lomachenko won the fight, right? Some people feel like Lomachenko won. Some people feel like it was a draw. I would have been cool with a draw. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you know, Lomachenko lost. You know what I mean? So now you got, I think it's more Shakur wanting to fight Lomachenko. Shakur Stevenson wants a big fight. He just watched Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight, you know, and a lot of the, you know, Caleb Plant fought Benavidez and Tank fought Ryan. So I think Shakur wants that marquee name, and he was trying to get a Devin Haney fight, but, you know, didn't happen. So, and I think Devin Haney is supposed to fight Regis Prograis. So now Shakur Stevenson's back to square one. You know, Shakur Stevenson's been going around trying to fight a lot of people. You know, he went to the George Kambosos fight. He told George Kambosos to fight him. You know what I mean? Which is, he's coming off as kind of thirsty, in my opinion. But at the same time, I understand from his point of view, he got to do what he got to do. You know, he trying to get a big fight. He trying to grow his brand. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, he trying to do what he got to do to secure, you know, the major fights. So, I mean, like I said, I understand both sides, and that's how I look at everything in life, period, is I look at a lot of things from both sides, you know what I mean, before I make an opinion on it. And I see why he wants those fights, you know what I mean. He feel like he's a top fighter. He feel like he's the best fighter in the world. And you got other guys who are top fighters at the division, and they're not willing to risk their O. It look like, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't think it's because they're afraid. I think it's more just like money-wise. They made a certain amount of money for a certain fight, and, you know, they want to make sure they're able to generate the same amount of money or even more for this type of fight. You know what I mean? So that's how that is. But I think if Shakur Stevenson is able to fight or secure a Lomachenko fight, and they fight and he dominates Lomachenko, it definitely grows his brand and it helps him with securing the big fights. You look at fighters like Devin Haney, who's the undisputed champion. He struggled with Lomachenko. We just gotta keep it real. It was a very close fight. You know, you can make the argument for either way. In my opinion, I feel like it was a draw. But you got, if Shakur is able to dominate Lomachenko, he would do something that Devin couldn't do, right? So that would help him in his argument, also grow his brand, right? Because he's able to dominate a very skilled fighter. Now, me personally, I feel like that'd be a very close fight. I feel like that's going to be Shakur's toughest fight due to the style matchup and, you know, Lomachenko's feet. Now, granted, Shakur's a defensive-minded fighter, but at the same time, Lomachenko's feet is very good. You know, Lomachenko's a great offensive fighter. And he always puts himself in position to where he can score, you know, where he can get his shots off. And, you know, me watching Shakur, I see Shakur doesn't really use a lot of lateral movement. Now, granted, he may have that in his arsenal. Nobody may have just caused him to use it. You know what I'm saying? But Shakur Stevenson also is a master of distance, you know. Although he doesn't use lateral movement, he still doesn't get, you know, I ain't seen a fight where he just was getting dogged. You know what I mean? Like, he top notch on the defensive, you know, on the defensive game. You know? So I feel like it most definitely will be a difficult fight for both parties. But it will be Shakur Stevenson's toughest fight to date. You know what I mean? When I look at that fight, I think Shakur Stevenson can come out on top. I think he can get his hand raised, but it's going to be close. It's going to be tight. But if he's able to dominate Lomachenko, to answer the question, in my opinion, it most definitely will help him secure those bigger fights. It will help him get maybe a Devin Haney fight. Maybe not for all the belts, but maybe just for a legacy type thing. You know what I mean? Maybe Shakur got to go up to 140 to fight Devin, or, you know, they fight at a catch weight or something. You know what I mean? Like, or, hell, a Tank fight. Tank ain't fought Lomachenko. You know? Devin fought Lomachenko, and if Shakur fights Lomachenko and beats him, that will give him something that Tank doesn't have. You know what I mean? So, Tank might fight Shakur. You know, that might help him get, you know, a Tank fight. You know, which is a big money fight, because Tank is the cash cow at that weight class. Really, at 135 and 140, Tank is the cash cow. So, you know, that'll help him get that type of fight. You know, and maybe he'll be able to beat Tank. I don't think so, but maybe. You know, that nigga Tank different. I don't know. I like Shakur, but Tank different. You know what I mean? Tank a different there. I ain't saying Shakur. I ain't saying Tank a dog Shakur, but I just think Tank gonna come out on top on that one. I see a knockdown. I think Tank gonna get a knockdown on Shakur, but I see Tank winning by unanimous decision. You know what I mean? But I posed that question to y'all. You know, if Shakur Stevenson gets a Lomachenko fight, how do y'all see that go? You know, how do y'all see that going? Does it help his career if he's able to dominate Lomachenko? Does it help him secure the big fights? Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.